In the next 8 minutes, you are going to make some noise by creating a program that plays a song using this piezo speaker. Hi, my name is Jeremy, and welcome to the 10th tutorial in a series of videos aimed to teach the basics of using an Arduino microcontroller so that you may compete in this semester's Solid-State Circuit Society Arduino contest. More information available in the link below. If you have not already, check out our previous videos, as this one will build on their material. Similar to a normal speaker, a piezo buzzer is used to generate audible sound from an electric signal. All speakers work off of the same principle. Electricity causes a membrane to vibrate back and forth. This vibration is transferred through the air to your ear and picked up in the form of sound. By varying the frequency of this oscillation, we can change the pitch. By varying the strength of this oscillation, we can change the loudness. This principle can be used to generate any type of sound, from an obnoxious horn to a beautiful song. Now, how is a piezo buzzer different from a normal speaker? Well, normal speakers work off the principle of magnetic fields. When electricity passes through a coil of wire, it produces a magnetic attraction that pulls the membrane towards it. So, by quickly turning on and off the electricity, we can create a vibration that produces sound. Piezo buzzers, on the other hand, work off the principle of the piezoelectric effect. When alternating electricity is applied directly to a piezoelectric material, such as a ceramic disc, it also creates vibrations and thus sound. There are two types of piezo buzzers, passive ones and active ones. You can identify an active buzzer if one of the metal contacts is longer than the other. In this case, the longer lead is the positive side and the shorter lead is the negative side. Whereas a passive buzzer requires an alternating electric signal to produce sound, an active buzzer has built-in circuitry to produce the oscillations for you. As a result, active buzzers are very simple to use. Simply connect the positive side to 5 volts and the negative side to ground, and you will hear a sound. Now, if you try to do the same with a passive buzzer, all you will hear is a faint click. Instead, we must program our Arduino to send a square-shaped signal with a 50% duty cycle and a variable period in order to produce the sound. As a result, passive buzzers are more complicated to use. But since we have control of the oscillation signal, we can change the buzzer's pitch. This is not possible with active buzzers. So, since today we will be playing music, we must use a passive buzzer. Let us build the circuit. Remember to disconnect your Arduino to avoid damaging any components. Begin by placing your passive piezo buzzer on the breadboard as shown. Connect one side to ground, then connect the other side to one of the Arduino's digital output ports. I will choose port 7, but you may choose any of these ports. Next, let's write the code. Begin by defining the port connected to the piezo buzzer, in my case, port 7. Then, in the setup function, initialize this port as output. Let's start simple and create a beeping sound. In the loop function, start by playing a tone. Type tone followed by the port, in my case buzzer port, and then the frequency pitch of the tone, let's say 500 Hz. Let us wait half a second with delay 500. Then stop playing the tone with no tone buzzer port. And finally wait another half second with delay 500. Upload this program. You should immediately start to hear the repeating beep. Now, this is pretty boring. Let's spice things up by playing a song. We can do this by simply playing several tones, one after the other, each with a different pitch. Now, we could copy the code we have dozens of times and adjust the pitch for each, but our program will become very long and difficult to debug. So instead, let's create our very own function that plays a tone for a specified amount of time. By doing so, every time we wish to add another note, all we need to do is add a single line that calls our function. Below the loop function, create our personal function. I will call mine play, but you may name it any name. Type void play and then add our two input variables. The first being the note. This will be in the form of a string, like A4, corresponding to the note A in the 4th octave. And the length of the tone. This will be an integer in units of milliseconds. Within the function, create an if-else-if statement that, depending on the desired note, plays a different frequency tone. For example, if we wish to play note F3, we must create a tone at buzzer port with a frequency of 175 Hz. Let's play this tone for a pre-specified amount of time, but leave 50 milliseconds at the end to separate one note from the next. Type delay time minus 50, no tone, buzzer port, and delay 50. Next, add the remaining 5 notes that this song requires. Use this table to relate music notes to frequency in Hertz. To save time, here are the remaining tones. Then, in the loop function, begin writing our song. Add our first note by calling our function with play A3 500. Again, to save time, here are the remaining notes. And you're done. Plug in your Arduino and upload the program. If successful, your Arduino should begin to play music. If so, then congratulations! Feel free to play around with the piezo buzzer. I challenge you to make a synthesizer. Create a circuit that uses 2 potentiometers to control your buzzer. The first controls the volume, and the second, pitch. Join us next video when we will learn to use this push button keypad.